Viimeistä iltaa olen Euroopan toisiksi vahvimman miehen luona, eli Paddy Haynesin luona, ja päätettiin pistää teille mahdollisuus laittaa Paddylle kysymyksiä, mitä mä rupeen seuraavaksi hänelle tykittämään. Let's do it under like 30 minutes, so we just have time to chill as well, because we've been filming non-stop for
we have done a lot this week. We've done well, and we're ready to chill. It's been a long day as well. We've been up on our feet all day, haven't we? And the first time we've like sat down, which is nice.
Give us a short story of how you became second strongest man in Europe, like starting from maybe like 4 years ago.
Yeah, so I started training strongman when I left university. I started going to the gym at university. That's when I first went. So I was when I was about 17. I moved back to Banbury, which is where I live in England, and just started training strongman with some guys. The gym hosted a strongest competition, like who's the strongest in the gym, and I won that. And I was, skinny, still quite small. And then I went to do the juniors competitions because I was about 22 by this point, and came third in my first one of those. And that's when I started with Loz. Was with Loz for a few years, then moved on to John, who's my current coach. And basically I did the England Strongest Man qualifier where we were today.
Yeah.
I did that in 2023. I won that, and then that got me to England's Strongest Man. I came third at England's, which got me to Britain's Strongest Man, and I've been doing Britain's Strongest Man ever since. And then I got a reserve spot because I did well at Britain's. I came fourth. I got a reserve spot for Europe's. Came second at Europe's, and I'm now somehow going to World's Strongest Man. So really crazy journey, to be honest.
Yeah, and you're like the dream child of like the route to
the pathway. Yeah. It's like me, and Andrew Flynn as well. Really, we're both sort of proof that it works. Basically, like they find talent, they get it to the top, and it's been just crazy. It's seen such a fast progression, like to the top. Like I haven't really done that many comps, but really cool.
Yeah, and we were talking today, and you said your goal was to make it to Worlds in 2027.
2027 was. I don't know why. That was just always like my plan. Like what I thought was realistic. I wanted to keep climbing up the ranks at Brits. I never even considered like other Giants live shows and stuff like that. But all came really in the first year of doing it. I did do Brits in 2024. I came 10th. First year there, I remember I was really nervous and everything, and just came back 2025 and smashed it, and I was half a point off qualifying for Worlds at Brits. I was only half a point off the podium, and top 3 go to Worlds, so I was really upset, and that just fueled my performance at Europe's, I think, and smoked it.
I guess people know you live on a farm.
I do.
Yeah, so someone asked, what's the best tractor? I guess like the best tractor brand.
The best tractor, John Deere, just because that's the one that we use for the throwing frame, and it looks really cool. I'm really lucky that my dad is like really practical, and like if we want something, like we can usually build it between us with just random scrap metal we have lying around. So that was just literally was that, and it looks really cool. So John Deere. Well, actually, do you know another good answer would be the tractor we pulled at Weir, which was just a lawnmower. That was the worst tractor. I was really excited to do a tractor pull. I'd never done a vehicle pull. And I got to Finland and it was literally like a ride-on lawnmower. Like, it was rubbish. It was, and it was really hard as well. It wasn't even easy. They made it so, it looked rubbish.
How has your training evolved the past 5 years?
Like, how's it evolved?
Yeah. Is it any different?
Yeah, it's always been, my training's always been very like, I call it like power building. So I'd do like my compound at the start of the session, and then I'd do hypertrophy work, because I was a very skinny guy, like really skinny.
You're actually doing hypertrophy work for your like upper body?
Yes. This is a huge improvement on what it was. So it's coming, but at the minute now I'm doing way less hypertrophy, like it's a lot heavier. Obviously training for Worlds, obviously, but it's like just a lot heavier, a lot I don't know. So you have to be a lot cleverer when you're 5 years into training. Like at the start, you can do anything. It's like throwing. I'm not going to swear on your YouTube. Throwing poo at the wall and seeing what sticks, and anything will get you bigger and stronger. And then you start to slow down, and then you have to be a bit clever about how you program yourself, how you progressively overload stuff, and so just a load of different stuff before. Whereas like, when you start and you want to get better at squatting, so you squat and you get a PB, and it gets to a point where like that doesn't work anymore, and you have to start thinking outside the box, basically. But the sessions have got longer. That's one thing. I'm in the gym for like 2-3 hours a day.
Yesterday we had like a 3.5.
I was in the deadlift suit for about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That was awful. Event sessions always take a long time.
How fast could you run 1 kilometer, and do you think there is anyone on World's Strongest Man circuit that could beat you in a 5k run?
That's a really good question, actually, and I've said the other day I want to test this after Worlds. The fastest I ever ran 3k, I need to be careful here because I'll get called out by my athletics friends, I think it was 8 minutes 30. So right now, I'd like to think I could do like 230, 240, but I don't know. But I think
1k?
I can. Yeah.
Woo!
I reckon, maybe. We'll see. But I don't know like how to do it because you can't really do it on a treadmill here. Yeah. I'll have a look. I will find out because I'd like to do that for YouTube for my channel. And no, there's no one on Worlds that could beat me at 5k. Like, that's not even me being cocky. That's just, I don't think there is, to be honest.
Well, you kind of answered this one partly, but like short-term goals and longer-term goals for strongman.
It's so hard now, like with goals, because
you just hit like
I've done like what I sort of set out to. My short-term goal is to qualify for World's Strongest Man final. I think that's very possible. That's what I want to do. I want to win England's Strongest Man, the Giants Live one, because I've won the other one. I want to win Giants Live England's Strongest Man. That's maybe more like a long-term goal because it's just so competitive. But my long-term goal in strongman is to just keep going to World's Strongest Man and be like the next Terry Hollands or Mark Felix and just be there every year, be a staple and just keep getting better. I don't want to be the guy that says like I'm going to win Worlds or do this, but just keep getting better, really. I just love it.
Nice. How to get better at bad events? I guess this is like for me as well because of my deadlift and for you because of your overhead.
Yeah, so the thing with it is like you have to be realistic. That's one thing. Like, I think a lot of people think you can make it like your best event, whereas like I'm never going to be the best presser in the world, but you just got to keep doing it, keep grafting, keep finding ways to like challenge yourself in that movement as well. So for me, like with the overhead, we do 3 sessions a week, and sometimes it was even 4 in off season, and just doing all sorts of variations. So your heavy compounds, speed work, pressing against bands, stuff like that. Like, just work it really, really hard. There is no secret. Like, if you're bad at something, you need to do it lots. And,
there is a secret. He knows it.
Chocolate milk.
Yeah.
What's the secret?
They're not sponsoring you, so that's not the secret.
Yeah, no, that isn't the secret. Buying a Hain Strength beanie, that's the secret. No, yeah, there is no magical tip. You just need to work hard. And I have done, my log was like 140 like a few years ago, and it's up to about 165, 170 now. So it's getting there. It's just not consistent enough yet. But
which is not like weak, but it's a weakness on a World's Strongest Man level.
I think, and again, I need to be careful not to sound cocky, but like where I'm like really good at other events, like I think I'm like sort of best in the world at like maybe like a shield carry or something, but then it's more obvious because people like on comments are saying like I'd be amazing if I could press like Mitch Hooper could. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is okay, but it's not where I want it to be, and it's not good enough for my goals, basically.
Yeah. Best way to improve deadlift. What should I do?
What should you do? Get longer arms. Always helps.
Did
you ask this question?
Yes.
Best way to improve see, this is a harder one for me to answer, right? Because I'm naturally quite a good deadlifter. So I went from 200 kilos to 300 kilos without a suit in 12 months when I first started. And then 300 kilo raw to 400 kilo raw took me about 4.5 years. So a lot longer. But play about with the stance, get your stance right. Don't watch like what everyone else is doing. Like, find what feels right for you, because I always was way too wide, stood way too wide. My knees would cave in, I'd bend over forwards because my hips would shoot up. So just spend ages, even with light deadlifts or like speed work, of like the way you can feel like you pull the bar the fastest is where you should be. For me, the best stance is narrow, high hips, but that's just for me. My back's very strong, my glutes very strong. If you're a quad dominant guy or like you're a really good squatter, you're going to be wider. But get the stance like perfect. That's the main thing. And then just train it hard.
If you knew you would die tomorrow, what would you do?
If I knew I'd die tomorrow, I think I'd get days with my girlfriend and I would fly somewhere. I don't know, because I haven't really travelled much. So I'm sort of saving that for later in my life. Yeah, I would take my family and my loved ones and spend all my money on a flight to, I don't know, Australia or something, and just, I don't know,
Nice.
die with a load of food in my belly, I think.
What do you do for recovery?
Okay, right, this is a contentious subject. All I do for recovery is what chills me out, like personally. So I'd take my dogs for a walk 3-4 times a day, like 10-minute, 15-minute walks. I spend time with my girlfriends. I'll have a nap. I drink chocolate milk. It's just recovering. You like, if you jump in an ice bath, like, fair play, that's up to you. But like, for me, that doesn't chill me out. That makes me like more like, oh, like, you might sleep better, but prioritize sleep. Learn to relax. I'm really bad at that, and my nutritionist tells me off because I'm on the farm. I'm always working or doing something or building something or painting something. So just taking time to actually switch off, like not sitting down and working, but just watch some YouTube, sit in the hot tub like we are now, and even though we're working now technically, but you know what I mean, like try and take time for yourself and just switch off, and that is it. That's the secret. Doing an ice bath is like, all it is doing is calming you down, and that's what you want. Like, just whatever chills you out.
Yeah. Someone asked volume training for tested versus untested.
Yeah, so obviously the untested guys are going to be able to handle a lot more volume, especially like for me, like the pressing. Like, you can press a lot more in the week when you're like tested and your recovery isn't the same. It's hard, isn't it? Because there's no, like, you can't tell that you're burnt out until you're burnt out.
Yeah.
So you have to play it from a coach's perspective now. Like, you have to listen to your athlete. Some athletes, drugs or no drugs, can handle more volume than other people.
I think it's more about individual instead
Yes.
of being untested or untested.
There's no, like, there are tested guys that can handle a lot more volume than, like, an unhealthy person on gear, basically.
Yeah.
Like, it's down to the individual, and then it's basically like, are they recovering? You know, are your numbers going up every week? Schedule deloads regularly, but again, there's no like line in the sand. Like, you just have to listen to your body, and I think that's something I'm really good at. Is if I go to the gym and I've got numbers on my plan that are really heavy, and I just don't feel up to it, I won't push it. I'll just say, scale it back, and then go heavy next time, and just listen to your body. Like,
Hardest part about getting stronger? I'm eating.
yes. It's hard to say eating to him, but for me, eating is the hardest part of this sport. Like, I love the gym, so if my coach gave me 20 sets of 10, I would go and do it, and I'd moan, but I'd do it. But sitting down and eating, what have I got? 7 meals a day at the minute, and a snack. Yeah, I'm not a big eater. I'm a skinny guy, so like for me, like just putting weight on for me is really hard. Whereas you say like you've probably put weight on from this trip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're up to like 7,000 calories right
7,100 on a perfect day. I'll be honest, like, I'm only human. Like, a lot of the days I might miss like a few hundred here and there, but overall, yeah, it's a lot of food, guys.
Yeah.
For a little boy.
Then we have greatest strength culture act of all time. I don't really know.
Strength culture.
Yeah,
What does that mean? Like, the greatest lift of all time in strength sports?
no,
or-
it's just asked like greatest strength culture act of all time. I guess it could be like putting on a good show, finding the Dennis stones. I don't know.
Oh, like what's contributed to strongman?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a really good question. I very generally it's just like, especially in England, like the rise of opportunities for people, especially the women's sport that's like growing really quickly. So I think like Rogue paying women the same this year as like the men. Like I think the women like their the best opportunity was like $10,000, and then like this suddenly got $130,000
Yeah.
from the Rogue. That's pretty. You've got to commend them for that. Like that's pretty huge. But I think just that more opportunity, and even at the grass level, like I host comps, like people that are just trying to give opportunities to other people, and just people that are good, like good people, nice to people. They're not in the sport to make money and do brand deals and all that rubbish. Like they're just good people. They're trying to grow the sport, and that starts at the top and it filters all the way down to the bottom. But I don't know if I can think of an example other than that. But just
That's really nice.
yeah, just be good. That's what I think.
Well, the next one was greatest feat of strength of all time.
The greatest, or like
Yeah.
for me,
The greatest.
the greatest feat of strength. Eddie Hall's 500 kilos. It's just so iconic. Like I know Thor pulled it probably faster and pulled more, but taking a world record from 464 to 500 when everybody in that room probably didn't think you were going to do it.
Yeah.
And like I've watched that so many times. I don't know about you. It's like that's like the Concord moment in strongman for me. Like that's when the game just changed. Yeah.
What's your biggest feat of strength?
I think my 250 Atlas stone for the English record, or a 400 kilo raw deadlift, or that shield at Europe's.
Yeah.
One of those three. They're my proudest moments, basically. The stone, I think, at the minute, because it's like, I think I can do more, but we'll see. But that shield was like,
Do you think you could push Tom's record within like 2 or 3 years?
I've said publicly on camera that I'll lift a 300 kilo Atlas stone, like, before I die. Well, I don't want to leave it too late when I'm like 80. But like realistically, if I can gain like 10 kilo on my Atlas stone every year, something like that, get like 265, 270 this year maybe, but it's really hard to recover from Atlas stones. That's what, like heavy Atlas stones. It's really like taxing, and I had a load of injuries and stuff when I did the 240 for the first time. 250 wasn't too bad. Again, because I think it wasn't like RP 10. It was like a little bit, like, I don't know, like 95% say. Like, it wasn't too bad, but it's tough, but I will do more. I just love, do you know when you're like, you're really interested in a lift? That's
Yeah.
stones for me. Like, I just love everything about it, and I want to be the best at it, so. But I don't think I'm as good at lifting Atlas stones as Tom Stoltman. I don't want that. Like, I don't think he is the
That's
best.
the title.
I'm better than Tom. Do not think that. Don't clickbait me.
Last question to keep it short, but this is something people always ask from the athletes, is paljon penkki, which is how much you bench.
An embarrassingly low amount. What have I benched? I think 170. And that was like 2 years ago, so...
So to 160 now.
Yeah, probably. My incline bench is getting better, but I am the weakest bench presser in the history of the universe. And it's annoying because everyone always asks me that question. I have to tell them. I'd normally just say like 200.
Thanks a lot, Paddy, for doing the Q&A and having me over for like 3 days.
Yeah, it's been fun, bro.
Yeah, it's been really good.
It has. And yeah.
But I'm ready to go back home.
ready for like normality again and routine.
Yeah.
And less food.
Especially less food. Well, I think I'm gonna eat more, but just like higher quality.
Yeah, I miss vegetables.
Käykää ihmeessä tilaamassa Padin kanava sekä tsekkaamassa hänen kaikki mertsit sun muut vastaavat. Padilta myös tulee maailman vahvimieskisoista paljon videoita, eli käykää ihmeessä tsekkaamassa hänen kanava, koska sinne rupeaa niitä ihan justiinsa putoilemaan.
Big love.